Hello everyone, today I will discuss about question regarding tension force. Just look at here, this is the figure. Okay, and here we have to find out acceleration and tension T1 and T2. Okay, so just look at this figure. These three bodies connected through this two string. This is the string 1 and this is the string 2. Okay, so if we apply, or we can say if we pull this body, if we give some force, that means here you can see 6 Newton. If we pull this 3 kg body along this direction, then we know about that these two bodies also moving along this direction, right? Because they all are connected to each other. So if we give 6 Newton force on this 3 kg body, then we can see here this three bodies moving along this side with same acceleration. That means acceleration of 3 kg body equals to acceleration of 1 kg body, which is also equals to acceleration of 2 kg body, because they are connected with string. That's why acceleration of these three bodies are similar. Okay, so how to find out this? Just draw free body diagram of each and every body. So first I am drawing free body diagram of this body. So free body diagram of 2 kg body. So this is our 2 kg body. So just show all the forces which are acting on this body, right? So this is, so along this direction you can see here this is a string, so obviously string exerted tension force which is T1, and the weight of this body is acted along this side which is mg, right? M means 2, and here I am assuming g is the gravitational acceleration, and along this direction normal reaction, suppose N1. This floor gives some normal reaction on this body. So these all are the forces which are acting on this body. If we draw free body diagram of 1 kg body, then this is 1 kg, and just look at here, this body experience two different tension force, right? Along this direction T2 and along this direction T1. This is T1 and this is T2. So this body experienced T2 force along this direction and T1 force which is along this direction, and obviously the gravitational force on this body is vertically downward, which is mass into gravitational acceleration 1 into g, and it's also experienced normal reaction which is suppose here N2. Okay, so this is free body diagram of 1 kg body. Last one is free body diagram of 3 kg. So just look at here, 3 kg body experience 6 Newton force along this side and T2 tension along this side. I already talking about direction of tension force. Direction of tension force always away from contact point. This is the contact point, right? So away from contact point. This is contact point, so away from contact point. Okay, so tension force always act away from contact point. So this is 6 Newton along this direction. This is tension 2, and vertically downward weight or gravitational force which is 3 into g, and along this side this is N3. That means normal reaction. So if here already we're talking about both, that means all bodies have same acceleration. Here I am assuming that the acceleration is a. That means this body, acceleration of this body is a, acceleration of it's also a, and acceleration of 3 kg body is also a. That means this body moving along this direction with a acceleration, this is moving along this direction with acceleration, and this is moving along this direction with acceleration. And we know about that net force on any body equals to net force, or we can say resultant force. Okay, so resultant or net force on any body, which is always equals to mass of this body, which is always equals to product of mass of that body and acceleration. So here we can write for this body, mass of this body is 1 into, mass of this body is 2, so 2 into acceleration equals to net forces acted on this body. Just look at here, this acceleration is along, if we are assuming that this is the horizontal direction, so this acceleration is along the horizontal direction, right? So obviously mass into horizontal acceleration equals to net force along horizontal line. No acceleration observed at here along vertical direction. That means along vertical direction acceleration is 0 for this body. That means along vertical direction all forces are balanced. No net force experienced by this body along vertical direction. This is along horizontal direction, right? So along horizontal direction, mass into horizontal acceleration, just look at here, equals to net force along horizontal direction, which is only T1 here. So T1 equals to 2 into A. Just look at here, for this body, the acceleration of this body only exists along horizontal direction. No motion is observed at here along vertical direction. That means all the forces along vertical direction are balanced. But along horizontal direction, net force equals to mass of this body into acceleration. So that means 1 into A equals to net force along horizontal direction. Just look at here, T2 is acted along this side and T1 is acted along this side. That means net force is T2 minus T1. Both forces acted along horizontal direction and the body moving along this side. That means T2 should be greater than T1. So net force is T2 minus T1. Okay. And for last, this body, just look at here, N3 equals to 3 into G. Vertical forces are balanced. Okay. And along horizontal direction, 3 into A equals to 6 into T2, because the net force on this body is along this side. That means 6 Newton should be greater than T2. That means net force equals to 6 minus T2. Okay. So we know T1 equals to 2 into A. Just put this value in this equation. So if we put this value in this equation, that means A. T2 equals to what? 2A, right? If we take T2 along this side, then it will be positive. So plus 2A equals to T2. That means T2 equals to 3A, right? So just put the value of T2 in this equation, then you will get your answer. That means acceleration. So 3A equals to 6 minus T2 equals to 3A minus 3A. If we take this along this side, that means 3A plus 3A equals to 6. So A equals to 1 meter per second square. Right. So what is the value of T1? Just look at here. T1 equals to 2 into A, right? So T1 equals to 2 into 1. That means 2 Newton. And what about T2? T2 equals to 3 into 1. That means 3 Newton. Okay. This is our next problem. Just look at here. This figure. This is our figure. So this is 8 kg mass and this is 7 kg mass, and this both masses connected by this string. And here if we exerted 30 Newton force, this is 30, if we exerted 30 Newton force on this 7 kg mass along this direction, that means this 30 Newton makes 60 degree angle with horizontal line. Then what happened? Just here we have to find out tension and acceleration. We know about that if we give some force on 7 kg mass, then obviously this 7 kg mass moving along this direction with some acceleration. And here these two masses connected by a string, that means the acceleration of 7 kg mass should be equals to acceleration of 8 kg mass. That means both masses moving along this direction with same acceleration. So here I am just draw free body diagram of 8 kg. So if this is a string, then obviously tension force for this contact point is along this side and tension force for this contact point is along this side, right? So just look at here, this is our 8 kg mass. The force on this mass is along this side, which is tension force. The weight is along this side, which is mass into gravitational acceleration, and obviously the normal reaction is along this side, which is N1. And free body diagram of 7 kg mass. Just look at here, this is our 7 kg mass, and this mass experience force along this direction, right? This is F, and F equals to 30 Newton. And along this direction it experiences gravitational force, which is 7 into G, and along this direction normal reaction, which is N2. Just look at here, if this force makes 60 degree angle with horizontal line, that means we can resolve this force in two components, right? So here I am splitting this F vector into rectangle, that means here I am resolving this F vector into rectangular component. So we can get one this is 60 degree. So along this direction this component is F cos 60 degree, and along this direction the component is F sin 60 degree. Okay. This body, if we exerted some force, and this body moving along this direction with suppose acceleration A, and this body is also moving along this direction with acceleration A. So for this body net force equals to T, which is equals to mass, that means 8 into acceleration of this body. And for this body, just look at here, vertical, this body has no acceleration along vertical direction. That means all the forces along vertical directions are balanced. That means 7 into G equals to N2 plus F sin 60 degree. But along horizontal direction the body has acceleration. That means the mass of this body into acceleration of this body, that means product of this two, which is equals to net force experienced by this body along horizontal direction. So just look at here, along horizontal direction the body only experience F cos 60 degree. F cos 60 means F means and also tension force along this direction. This is T, this tension force. So that means F cos 60 minus T, right? Because the body moving along this direction, that means F cos 60 should be greater than to tension T. So just look at here, F means 30 into 60 means 1 by 2 minus T. So 7A equals to This is 15. 15 minus t. What about t? T equals to 8 into a. So just put this value. So 15 minus 8a. If we take this along this side, then 15a equals to 15. So a equals to 1 Newton. Equals to 1 Newton per second square. Okay. And what about tension force? Just look at here. Tension force equals to 8 into a. That means 8 Newton. Next problem from impulse. Okay, this is the problem based on impulse. Just look at this problem. A batsman deflects a ball by an angle of 45 degree without changing its initial speed, which is equal to 54 km per hour. What is the impulse imparted to the ball? Mass of the ball is 0.15 kg. So how to solve this? Just look at here. Here I am showing this figure. Here I am showing the figure of this problem. Just look at here. The ball coming along this direction. That means with v1 velocity. So v1 is the initial velocity of this body. But after hitting by bat, the ball deflects along this direction with v2 velocity. Okay, so that means v2 is the final velocity of this ball. Okay, and you can see here that means you can see here a batsman deflects a ball by an angle 45 degree without changing its initial speed, which is this. That means this is the initial direction of ball and this is the final direction of ball, right? So that means angle between them should be 45 degree. That means the ball deflect along this side. That means this side makes 45 degree angle with initial direction basically. So this is 45 degree angle. That means okay. So here we have to find out impulse of this ball, right? What is the meaning of impulse? We know impulse equals to change in momentum of a body. So just look at here. Change in momentum of this body. Just look at here. This is v1 vector indicate initial velocity of ball. v2 vector indicate final velocity of ball. Okay. But here the speed of that ball cannot change. That means mod of v1 equals to mod of v2 equals to 54 km per hour. Okay. Just direction will be changed. Here on the direction will be changed. So impulse equals to, we know, change in momentum. That means final momentum minus initial momentum. So final momentum equals to what? Mass into v2 minus initial momentum equals to what? Mass into v1. Just take m as a common term. So m into v2 minus v1. We can also write this in this form, right? v2 plus of minus v1. If we write this is equals to v, that means here it's indicate v vector is the vector sum of v2 and minus v1, right? So I am writing here v equals to what? v2 vector plus minus of v1 vector. That means this is the resultant vector of v2 vector and minus v1 vector. So v vector, that means what is the magnitude of v vector? So v vector equals to root over v2 square plus v1 square plus 2v1 v2 cos 45 degree, because here we have to take this is, if this is the v1 vector, that means this is our minus v1 vector, right? And if we take minus v1, just look at here, if we take this is v1, right? So if we take this is represent minus v1. So, and we know how to find out angle between two vectors. We should connect them tail to tail. So just look at here, v2 vector and minus v1 vector connected by tail to tail. That means this is the angle between them. This is not angle between v1 and v2. Remember this. This is not angle between v1 and v2. Why? Because you can see here v1 and v2 cannot connect tail to tail. This is the head part of v1 and this is the tail part of v1, right? So to find out angle between any two vector, we should connect them head to head or tail to tail. So this angle is the angle between minus v1 and v2. So I am writing here, so 54 plus 54 square plus this is our result. Just put all these values. That means 2 into 54 square plus 2 into 54 square by 1 by root 2. So root over 2, if we take common this one, then 1 plus 1 by root 2. After solving this, we will get, this is our final result. Okay, so this is the magnitude of v. So just, what about magnitude? This is the magnitude of impulse. If we find out magnitude of impulse, then this is our magnitude, which is 4.2 kg meter per second. And what about direction? Just look at here. The impulse is thus directed along the bisector of the initial and the final direction, right? So this is the direction of impulse. Okay, that means the direction of impulse is the direction of v vector. So this is the v vector. Okay, so this is our direction of impulse. Okay, so next